My name is João Abreu and I'm at CERIS, the Civil Engineering Research Center of Instituto Superior Técnico. Técnico is the biggest engineering school in Portugal and also my workplace. I've been teaching and doing research here since 2006, and although my research focuses mainly on transport and land use interactions, CERIS conducts research in all the areas of civil engineering. Research activities in CERIS are organized into 4 thematic strands. The one I'm coordinating is named Response to Natural and Societal Changes, which is what I will be presenting you during the next minutes. Response to natural and societal changes addresses issues related with the study of civil engineering solutions at different levels, from planning and policy making to design and materials, to mitigate the negative effects and enhance the benefits of changes in societies, built and natural environments. Some of the major challenges in the next years will involve technological changes, digitalization, and Internet of Things. Environmental challenges include climate change, pollution, and water scarcity, and societal changes like aging, migration, and urbanization. Here at CERIS, we'll be collaborating with other researchers, the civil society, and policymakers to address all of these issues. But to know what we are doing, let's dive into some projects that have been developed in CERIS. In the last 5 years, 21 projects were implemented in this area, involving around 52 researchers and several PhD students. Just to give some examples, the intervention of CERIS in this thematic strand incorporates several specialties of civil engineering, ranging from hydraulics to construction and transportation. In developing countries, fast urbanization has not been accompanied by proportional sanitation. Currently, in the world, around 2.1 billion people do not have access to safe drinking water, and 4.5 billion do not have access to adequate sanitation. The problems induced by this lack of infrastructure are felt more acutely in the outlying peri-urban areas. At CERIS, we have studied urban dry sanitation approaches and methodologies that support circular economy concepts. Experimental campaigns were carried out at pilot sites in Mozambique. This project was also innovative in the use of nature-based solutions to overcome sanitation challenges and support the development of reuse approaches and methods. Besides the technical solutions, this project also promoted capacity building, which was achieved through institutional and stakeholders' involvement. The construction of dams to store water has impacted many rivers. Over the last century, and especially in Europe, diadromous migratory fishes have drastically declined, mostly due to the construction of large dams and barriers which prevent their migration for spawning. Europe is probably the most fragmented river landscape in the world, with on average a barrier for every 1.5 kilometers of river length. Only in Portugal there are 256 large dams and more than 8,000 migratory barriers. Consequently, migratory fish and other animals inhabiting the flowing waters have been impacting, including unique, native, and endangered fish species. About 60% of surface water bodies are failing good ecological status. To mitigate these impacts and protect the river ecosystem and its biodiversity, we need to understand the interrelationship between fishes and the aquatic habitats they occupy. We use advanced laboratory and modeling techniques to simulate the rapid flow increase downstream of hydropower plants to characterize hydrodynamic conditions which could affect fish passage. The obtained results are then used to devise mitigation solutions to restore fish migration and protect the river ecosystems downstream a dam, and to protect fish from hydropicking downstream other power plants. At CERIS, we have been also studying green roofs and green walls. These are important nature-based solutions to adapt cities to climate change and increase buildings' efficiency. Green roofs and green facades can improve energy consumption, sound transmission, grey outer treatment, and water management. For instance, in the Mediterranean climate, green facades can increase energy efficiency by 34% when compared to conventional walls. Green roofs can decrease stormwater runoff by 57%. We have been performing economic analysis of these green infrastructures, comparing alternative construction solutions, maintenance plans, and quantifying their benefits in terms of water treatment and harvesting capabilities, and thermal performance, as well as their effects on property value. We have also been studying the applicability of green roofs and walls in different infrastructures, like buildings and transport infrastructures. The percentage of population living in urban settlements is growing. In Europe, around 3/4 of the population live in urban areas, and this percentage is still expected to grow. The metropolitan area of Lisbon is housed to 2.6 million people, making 5.4 million trips every day, of which 60% are made by car. The COVID-19 pandemic brought with it an alternative scenario of empty streets and created an unexpected opportunity to implement telework, which have been advocated to reduce daily travel and address congestion for a long time. The same can be said about e-shopping, and that is where our research can make a difference by better understanding city growth and change processes. We can support policies to achieve sustainable development. In recent years, we've looked into urban sprawl, telecommuting, logistics, and e-commerce. Do you know that freight parking optimization can lead to 4% reduction in CO2 emissions? Or that shopping trips represent close to 20% of all trips? Imagine if we could transfer part of these trips to e-purchases. Last year, 25% of e-buyers looked online for fresh products, against 10% just 1 year before. Can we shift channels without killing the high street? Can optimally located stores stand both as traditional shops and as delivery points in 15-minute cities? Consider also that between 1991 and 2011, the population living in sprawled areas in the Lisbon metropolitan area increased roughly 3 times, and the occupied urban space doubled. Moreover, Lisbon is already the destination of 51% of the commutes in the metropolitan area. With the prices of real estate soaring, who will live in the 15-minute city? More than just reducing CO2 emissions, addressing inequalities is key to develop sustainable cities, the cities we want to live in. So, we're giving you a glimpse into the activities of CERIS related with the thematic strand, responses to natural and societal changes, and try to show you why we are passionate about what we do here. In the immediate future, we'll be developing research on topics related with thermal efficiency of buildings, microplastics impacts on riverine systems, improving the efficiency of irrigation systems, and the study of new technologies and solutions to improve urban mobility. These projects will address the larger issues of climate change and water scarcity, increasing urbanization and demographic changes, digitalization and automation, and the overarching issue of sustainability. You have now seen a bit of what we do and what lies ahead. Trying to find answers to help face natural and societal challenges will be a difficult task, and anyone who wants to join us will be welcome. We hope we'll be hearing from you in the future.